There are a lot of new anime fans that I'm seeing around social media, from people who ridiculed anime in the past, for those who just discovered the medium through streaming platforms or friends. So what better time for me to drop part 4 of my anime introduction series, a series here on the channel that I put together for new anime fans. So if you have not seen part 1 through 3, then I'll link them in the description below, and if you have seen them, then you get all the love in my little RJ heart. Anyway, you're probably wondering what we're going to talk about in today's video. Well, probably not, considering the fact you can see the title, but whatever. Today we will discuss anime terms, and how you as an anime fan can better understand the community once you know what these anime terms truly mean. And like always, I'm RJ Lane, and this is On the Rise, where we discuss anime and video game related topics. Now, intro please. Now, what exactly do I mean by anime terms? Well, being an anime fan is like going on a journey through a whole new world. Okay, I'll stop. You got your weeb casual, a person who just casually watches anime either for fun or because they know someone who does. They probably watch shows like My Hero and Demon Slayer with their significant others. Yeah, people like that. Then you got the standard weeb, a person who decided to branch out of the norm of anime and go watch shows on their own, like Fullmetal Alchemist or Neon Genesis Evangelion. Next, you have your weeb elite, people who have seen a bunch of anime because they started watching anime back when anime wasn't as popular. These people will probably tell you that their favorite shows are like Gurren Lagann or Madoka Magica, something of those sorts. And finally, you have the weeb gods, people like me who have seen almost every anime under the sun, because we make it our solemn mission to watch every anime under the sun. 9 times out of 10, every anime YouTuber is a weeb god because, well, it's kind of our job to be. Not saying you're gonna win any awards or supreme status, but along your journey you will ascend through these levels as you learn more and more about the anime community. One just doesn't become a weeb god by having watched a lot of anime. No, one must be well versed in anime culture to be a weeb god. This is truth. So, along that journey, you're bound to hear several terms and phrases that will have you scratching your head. But as I said earlier, I'm here to break most of them down for you. Now, I won't be doing terms like kawaii, because we all know that means cute. It's basically a meme now. Instead, I'll be breaking down terms that most weeb elite don't even know themselves. So, listen closely. The mangaka is the person you should be thinking from the bottom of your soul whenever you watch your favorite anime. No, anime are not as original as people may think. They come from source material, and most of them come from manga, or Japanese comic books. And a mangaka is a Japanese comic book artist, the person that the story originates from. You have Akira Toriyama to thank for Dragon Ball, Rumiko Takahashi for Inuyasha and Ranma, and a lot more, Yoshihiro Togashi for Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, and that's just naming a few. The mangaka is the pillar of every anime that comes from manga. Yes, manga can be improved for the anime version, but the story wouldn't be there in the first place without the mangaka's creative mind. We have talented comic book artists to thank for most of our favorite anime. So when you hear mangaka, now you know what it means. This is one of my favorites. If you pay attention to the animation of an anime, you may notice that some scenes look way better than others. Typically a fight scene in an action anime or a very hyped moment in a sports anime. This is because the anime production team hires what's called a sakuga animator, animators that are really good at their job and can make the simplest fights into flashy visual masterpieces. The scenes they work on are called sakuga, basically the moment when the animation quality picks up to make a dramatic statement. For example, most of, if not all, the fights in One Punch Man Season 1 are done by sakuga animators. Most of the fights in the Fate series are done by sakuga animators. Most of the fights in My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer are done by sakuga animators. The moment when Goku got mad at Jiren for almost killing his friends, yeah, that whole fight scene, sakuga. The moment when Sabo shot his first fire fist into the Colosseum, sakuga. When Mob slammed Koyama down to the ground, sakuga. You get it now? Some famous sakuga animators are Yutaka Nakamura for a lot of My Hero and Mob Psycho and a lot more, and Notoshi Shida for literally all of Toei's animes like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Toriko, and a lot more too. Just to name the first two that come to mind. Of course, there are several sakuga animators, and if you pay attention, you might start recognizing their styles. Like every time the impact of a character looks like they've been sent to outer space, you know it's Nakamura behind it. Now we're getting into character types. Throughout your journey, you are bound to come across similar characters in two different anime. This is because in the anime and manga world, there are certain character types that classify some characters. The first being, a tsundere is a character that is harsh on the outside and basically has a hard time expressing their emotions any other way. For example, those anime girls that just can't admit they like the guy, so instead they hit him, or will find some roundabout method to getting what they want. Of course, there are male tsunderes too. Kaguya-sama Love is War is about two tsunderes in love with each other, trying to get the other to admit it because, well, they're too much of tsunderes to do it themselves. Other tsunderes include Taiga from Toradora, Chitoge from Nisekoi, Kyo from Fruits Basket, Mikoto Misaka from certain series, Rain from Fate, and Asuka from Evangelion, along with several others. Next, yandere, a character whose devotion to another leads to them doing some crazy stuff, like murder or torture. Basically, characters like Yuno from Mirai Nikki, and hey, even Claire from Gleipnir can be considered a yandere. Gleipnir? I don't know how to pronounce that anime's name. A dondere is the quiet character who only begins to speak when they're around the person they like. Characters like Yuki from Haruhi are considered donderes. Now, I'm going to stop here because listing all the dere types would take a whole video, so if you want a whole video focusing on that, then comment below. But basically the dere types are used to describe different types of anime characters, so if you hear or see this, then you know what everyone's talking about. Just search different types of deres on Google and you should get the thousands of them that are out there. Tired of those heterosexual stories? Well, look no further. Yaoi and Yuri are anime that specifically focus on homosexual stories. Yes, anime has a whole section for those who want to see some boy on boy or girl on girl. Yaoi is boy on boy and Yuri is girl on girl. So these terms come up, now you know what they mean. Also, these stories just don't focus on homosexuality. Some of them actually have some great stories behind them. Just instead of heterosexual couples, it's homosexual couples. So I would definitely recommend watching a couple from these sections. It's anime porn. Moving on. Typically used for a female, this term is used to describe a cute, innocent, and naive character. You know those little anime where it's just a bunch of cute girls doing cute things? Yeah, that's considered moe. Keion, moe. All the idol masters, moe. Gakuen babysitters, moe. If it focuses on cuteness, it's moe. Moe does show up basically in all anime, so you will definitely run into it. Dojinshi are basically fan-made comics of anime or manga for parody or other purposes, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's a lot of dojinshi out there. Now I know you've heard of this one. A waifu or husbando is an anime character that you admire so much that you would date if they were real. Ever been attracted to an anime character? Well, then you have a waifu or a husbando. If you couldn't tell, waifus are female and husbandos are males. Also, it's okay to have multiple waifus / husbandos because yours are all probably trash anyway. This is basically your friend when it comes to wanting extra content from an anime that has recently finished airing. OVA, or original video animation, is basically an extra episode, or episodes, that the studio puts in to thank people for buying the DVD or Blu-ray of an anime. This can either be good or bad because some OVAs are a waste of time and others are extra manga chapters that the original creator did for fun. So, depending on the series, you'll have a good time with these. Also, OVAs can come in many shapes and forms to be extra episodes, extra manga chapters, whatever the studio really wants it to be honest. This term is used to describe an anime that has an insane amount of violence, torture, and things of that nature. This is not a well-known term here in the West, and it's not a well-used term either, but I'm trying to educate you, so here we go. Examples of Guro anime and manga can be like Berserk or Tokyo Ghoul, basically when the manga or anime purposely includes a lot of violence and gore for the enjoyment of the reader. Not to say there's something wrong with the reader, to be honest, there's something wrong with all of us anime fans, but anyway, Guro can be considered seinen, but not all seinen are considered Guro. Speaking of seinen, seinen is an anime or manga intended for an adult audience, so it doesn't necessarily have to include violence. It can include other adult themes like sex or drugs, so if you're feeling mature and want some mature content, then go watch a seinen show. It will not disappoint. And that's all for me today, guys. I wanted to limit myself to these terms because I didn't want this video to go on forever, but there are other terms that we can cover, so if you want a part 2 of this video, then let me know in the comments below. We are working on a lot of good reviews, another watch order, top 10s, and some more funny rant videos for you to enjoy, so bear with us as we try to get all this content out. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see here, then go check out our other videos and be sure to subscribe for more content like this. As always, our social media is down below, and until next time, my friends, I'm RJ Lane, and this has been On the Rise.